guys, I'm kind of just making this video because my parents have gone out, my mum's gone out, so my parents, I don't live with both my parents, and my mum has taken my granddad out, and I'm kind of here alone, and I'm trying to distract myself from doing something bad, like, you know, in these kind of situations where I'm alone, I always tend to binge and purge more, which is obviously something I don't really want to be doing. So I decided to kind of distract myself with making a video about distractions. Right, and there's loads and loads and loads of different ways to distract yourself from doing bad behaviours. And I think that a lot of the time when you're in the kind of situation, you don't really think about distractions. But I think that a lot of the time it can be really good to distract yourself, and you think actually afterwards, I didn't need to do that. I didn't need to binge, or I didn't need to self-harm, or, you know, I didn't need to do any of that. And it's just kind of like, oh, I feel better about myself, and there's no guilt afterwards about doing it, if you feel guilt. I've made a little list, so if you see me keep looking down, it's because I'm looking at the list. Right, I think one of the kind of best things to do, which I really don't follow my own advice on with this thing, is talking it through. Like talking the problem or how you're feeling through, and the compulsion to do what you want to do. If you talk, you know, choose someone obviously that you really trust. Don't just tell anyone, because I don't know, you're just not going to feel right talking to them about it, and you might close up, and you need to find someone that you can be really open with and just say, hi, I'm really not feeling so good right now, can I maybe just talk to you about it? And if it is someone that really cares about you and you really trust, I'm so sure that they'll be fine about that. Like, you just, and I really know it's really hard to kind of talk to someone about it. You could write it down and give it to them, or you could text it to them, phone them on the phone if you don't want to be face to face. But I just find talking things through, as much as you don't think it helps, sometimes it really does, and it will just distract you for half an hour or 10 minutes even. And you know, you just thought, actually, I don't need to do that thing anymore. There's also things like just the simple things like reading a book, or watching YouTube videos, or watching your favourite TV shows, because you get engrossed, or like me, like watching YouTube videos, I always kind of get a little bit obsessed, like, so I have to watch all of them, and like I'd have to watch all of the TV show, and just kind of things like that. And again, reading a book, I'd have to read all the book. So I think with things like, you know, reading and writing also is fun. Writing your feelings down, because you've got them out. You don't need to take them out in another way necessarily. You know, you can just, you put them down and they're kind of out of you. It's kind of like a bit of a release, like most of these behaviours we do are. What else? I've put, this isn't really my idea. This is an idea for mostly self-harm, and it was an idea I found on Mental Health Help UK's channel, and they did a video, I think they did a video about distractions also, and they did like a fake cut or a fake bruise, and they like did it on with makeup. And I think that's a really good idea. I think distracting yourself with something that's still to do with that kind of subject, so you feel as if you really have got it out. So you could do a fake cut, or you could do a fake bruise, or, you know, if it's something to do with eating behaviours, you could bake, which I find I love baking. And I always see it as like a piece of artwork, so I don't mind other people like eating it, or, you know, looking at them, but I don't want to eat it because it's my work, so I always feel like that. Or you could go for a bike ride or go for a walk, because it's still to do with that kind of behaviour that you want to do. It's just kind of doing it in a more positive way, you know, in a way that, you know, isn't going to damage you or a way that you regret later. I don't know why I keep changing the angle. I'm trying to find one that's like the best lighting. There's also stuff like listing like the pros and the cons of the behaviour you're doing, because when you're there in the moment, you're not really thinking about that. And I think that's really good, because a lot of the time you'll see that actually, why am I doing this? There's so many better things that I could be doing, you know, that will help me in a better way, that are not gonna, you know, stunt my progress or anything like that. And I think, you know, anything is better than the behaviour you want to do, the bad behaviour. And I think, you know, just listing the pros and cons, that's so simple, and it would just be like, well, actually, what are the pros of this? There's none, or there's one and then there's 4 cons, kind of thing. So you think, oh, actually, I really don't need to, and I'm just not going to regret it. That's another one. I don't know if you guys, I mean, obviously you don't all have a blog, but I find my blog really like good, because I can just write how I feel, and then other people will respond to it. So it's slightly different than talking to someone, because, you know, it's someone you don't know, and I always think that kind of, I prefer that better than talking to someone I know. So if, you know, you could write on a blog, or, you know, talk to a counsellor, talk to someone that you don't know, because they're not necessarily going to judge you, or they're not even going to maybe see you ever again, or see you at all. So, you know, they're not going to judge you. And I don't know, I kind of feel better about that, because telling someone that you know, in my head, they know it and they're going to see you tomorrow and the next day and the next day, and they're still going to know that about you. Like, they're always going to remember you've said that. But that's my personal opinion. If you like talking to people you know, then go ahead, because anything that helps, really. Or the kind of last thing that I thought of was asking your friends, not necessarily telling them stuff about you, asking them to distract you. Ask them around your house, or go out with them, because it's harder to do those types of behaviour when people are around. So, you know, I always find I binge and purge less when people are around, and you can't, you know, I mean, you can do them, but it's not like the same, like, it's not so freely and open. You can't just, oh, right, I'm going to go do this. You can't, because you've got friends around, or you're in the cinema, or you're shopping, and it's not as easy. And I always think that really helps, and put yourself in a situation where you can't do that behaviour. I mean, if you don't like that, try something else, but I always find that helps for me, because I don't have the temptation to do it, because I can't do it. So yeah, I think, you know, this is probably a bit of a repetitive video, because a lot of people do videos on distractions, and they're probably really simple distractions, really. But I think, you know, to try anything really, when, you know, if it's something that you don't want to carry on doing. And yeah, I really kind of hope this helps. It's distracted me for almost 9 minutes. So yeah, I hope you had fun watching this. Comment, rate and subscribe. Comment down below about other ways to distract yourself that you find helpful. And yeah, I'm really sorry it looks so bad. And I will see you guys later.